Welcome back, everybody. Today, what I'm going to call the bacon wrapped onion ring burger. Let's find out. You saw the picture, you saw the ingredients. One thing I am going to do off camera, you saw the mix of chuck roast and, which you can see right behind me right now, actually. Chuck roast and brisket trim down here is going to go through the number 12 meat grinder there. It's a newer meat grinder to me, just got it a couple months ago. We're going to get that ground up off camera. In fact, I need to get this meat that I just got done stripping up to fit down the throat of the grinder. We're going to get that in the freezer for about 20-25 minutes, up to a half hour. The grinder head and everything in the other pan are already in there. So when I bring you back, we're going to have our meat ground up and we're going to start assembling these bacon wrapped onion ring burgers. I don't know. Stick around. So we have our meat out of the freezer along with our grinding head and our hopper. It's not 100% stiff, but it'll work well. Look at that. So, like I said, chuck, and this is prime brisket trim. We are gonna alternate these, putting them in. We're gonna mix it together. We are gonna season what we are gonna use today with some Uncle Steve's All-American SPG. Now we do have the coarse grind blade on here. Comes with 3 different ones. You know, the funny thing is, I unpacked this. Here's the plunger for it. And I'm like, where are all my extra parts? They're stored in the plunger head. I thought that was pretty cool. Here you can see the other 2 blades, the dies rather. But I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, where's my other parts? Oh, there's my sausage ring. So, I'm going to give you a taste of how loud this grinder is. Then we're going to cut and grind the meat. So, here you go. Too loud for a video. So we're going to get this meat ground up and we'll bring it back. We are done grinding. 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to say this grinder can handle up to 6 pounds per minute, which it's not huge, but for as often as I make sausage or grind my own beef or something like this, it's plenty strong enough for that. So I am going to take this, set it in the fridge. Now, obviously, we're not going to be using all of this. I'm guessing, I don't know, 7-8 pounds worth of meat. I didn't weigh it out ahead of time because, like I said, we're not making sausage. So a lot of this will get put into vacuum sealed bags, used for chili down the road, whatever else, burger it, fry it up on the grill, get that good coarse grind burger. So let's get this portioned out. We're going to bring you back when we have the amount we need for our, what I call it, bacon wrapped onion ring burger, I believe. See you in a short. The idea for our onion is to try get about a 3/4 inch slice right out of the middle. Now this is 2.5, 3 inches wide. So if we end up with 3 equal sized pieces close to an inch, I'm good with that. I'm gonna try turn it. Let me get the trash bag out of the way where all the onion skins are at. So we're gonna come about right here and make our first slice. I turn it around because it's easier for me. and make our second slice. These aren't quite as thick over here, but that's okay. We're going to take our larger rings from here and start packing it with the meat mix, and then we'll put the inner ring in it. And I'll show you that when we come back. So our onions are sliced. We popped them apart. I had to play Tetris a little bit. Let me show you what we're going for here. Here's the outer ring. Here's our inner ring. See about the gap we want. Now I have a few of them here. Then I have plenty of leftover onion up front here. A lot of these I will dice up, and I will use these in cowboy beans. So we are not wasting anything, just so you know. We're gonna get our ground beef back out, get most of this set to the side, show you how to pack one. Then we're gonna bring you back, show you how we wrap them in bacon. Now it is time for the fun part. You can see I have my 2 rings here. What I'm gonna do, take a little bit of the ground beef, I'm gonna lay it inside. I know this is gonna be difficult to see, but I will show you a picture at the end, I promise. Then we're gonna lightly press it to the outer ring. Now, if you get a little much, get a little extra, you know, you can always pick it out, or you can always add more later. I'm just eyeballing the size, to be honest with you, and not using very big pinches or amounts of the ground beef. I get it close, and I just kind of rock that into place. I want to lightly pack the top. If you pack it too hard, you're going to split the outside ring. I don't think it's a big deal if you split the inside ring, because you're going to hold that with the bacon. But here you go. Try to get it as even as you can. I'm going to put this over here. I already have some done. I have a couple more to do. We're going to bring it back when we wrap it with the bacon. And like any normal video, I thought I hit record and I didn't. So, we have this one about half done. What I do, taking the thicker edge, you know, bacon always has a taper. Putting that towards the middle. Just taking that tapered end, feeding it through. And we're going to flip it back over. Make sure we overlap a little bit on that other piece. And just wrap it through. And we're going to keep flipping it. And let gravity help us do it. This is the tedious part of the process, to be honest with you. And some of the smaller ones, you have to work that bacon through. This is a normal cut bacon. If I were to do this again, which if these turn out as good as I think they are going to, we're going to use a thin cut bacon. So, kind of looks like a bacon donut, doesn't it? We're going to get the last piece on this one. We will have 8 of them total. I did the others off camera. We're going to put them on a sprayed wire rack, so hopefully nothing sticks. And we're going to put these out on the GMG and on the top rack, smoke them. And might call an audible at the end and glaze these with a little barbecue sauce. We'll see what the better half thinks. How's that? So, here we go. One last one. Oop. And one thing about this, if you let your bacon sit out a little bit, it's going to be more pliable, stretch a little better for you. I highly doubt you'll have to do that with the thin cut bacon, but for this thicker cut, it's going to help a little bit. So we're going to get that tucked in, bring the tail back through. There you have it. Does that not look like a bacon donut? I cannot wait to dig into these. All right. I forgot to get the GMG fired up. These are going to go back in the fridge for probably about a half hour. And, we'll give you a couple shots throughout the process. Everybody's seen bacon cooking before, but then we're going to bring it back. We're going to cut one open and we're going to try it. Y'all, these are finally done. Let me tell you, it took a little longer than I expected. But if you compare the shot here to the previous shot I gave you, you can see how much these shrunk up. I am, the aroma on these is crazy. Now, one thing I forgot to mention earlier is before we put the beef inside the rings, we did season that with the Uncle Steve's All-American SPG. So we're going to grab one of these, and they're sticking a little bit. You can see it right here. But I'm not mad at that. I mean, I'm disappointed they stuck, but it could have been a lot worse. At 350 on the pellet grill, these took right at 40 minutes. The thin cut bacon, I think, would help go a little quicker, but I think part of the problem is getting the moisture out of the onion. So we're going to cut one of these in half. Give you a close-up of that. That looks awesome. It really does. So we're going to give it a cut, give it a try. Yeah, I'm going to burn my mouth. CJ, this is for you. I'm going to burn my mouth. I'm telling you. Oh my. Y'all, this is hot. But it is tasty. I'm not mad at this one bit. I thought about mixing some cheese in with the beef. Glad I didn't, because I think the regular cheese would have just oozed out. If I were to do this again, I would do it with a high temp cheese in the thinner cut bacon. This bacon has some chew to it, has some crispy edges to it, but the flavor is there. A little labor intensive when it comes to wrapping the bacon, but y'all, damn, this is good. One more for the road as it is. Something different, something fun, something tasty. Give it a try, y'all. I think you're gonna like it. So, we will see you on the next video. Y'all take care.